I did my 2 senior years at Lowood State High School. And my favourite subjects would have been English and ancient history. So we have a small farm. It's about just under 40 acres, but we only really actively farm on about 10. And we have a mixed farm. We have a small flower farm, and then we do pastured pork and lamb. So our flower farm, we try to farm pretty intensively. So that's probably on maybe an acre in total. In the summertime, most things that you want to do on the flower farm, you want to do before it gets too hot. So some days it might be a 4 a.m. start, and we'll go out and do any number of things that the flowers require. So that could be bed prep or planting, picking, watering definitely, fertilizing. And we probably do that up until, 7 or 8. And we farm regeneratively, which means that to take care of our pastures, we move our animals twice a day. So it takes a good chunk of time, morning and afternoon. So it's a bit of a juggle trying to fit flower farm and animals, because everything seems to be needed to be done early morning, late afternoon, when the weather is a bit more amenable. And then the winter time, we just start a little bit later, and you can work a bit longer through the day. So it's a bit nicer to work in the winter. So we're a seasonal flower farm. So we don't have heated greenhouses. We grow in the field, and we try to only grow the types of flowers that can grow here easily without too much coddling. We just grow things that we can easily grow here. We're in a subtropical, semi-cool environment, so we have actually a really broad range of things that we can grow. We just things that like really cold weather, like peonies and tulips. Animals that we have are either heritage breeds or specifically developed to do well on rough pasture, dry land areas. So we have Damara sheep. They are very hardy animals, and we have heritage pigs, which they're designed to have their babies and live out on pasture successfully. We don't use a huge amount of technology yet. I would love to increase how much technology we use on the farm. I'd love to have cameras on our animals so that we can check on them easily from the house instead of having to do midnight trips down the paddock. And we'd love to set up automatic watering. So we have timers at the moment which work really well, but it'd be great to have moisture monitors in our bed, can turn irrigation on and off, because that's one of our biggest challenges is water in our area. The quality of blooms can be really affected if your plants get too dry, and definitely something I'm not doing very well yet. So if we could use technology for that a little more, that'd be great. That I flower farm. It's definitely not what I had intended coming out of school. I was definitely moving more into an animal science career, but yeah, with injuries, I think I just had to change track, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of positive interactions with customers. People are very happy when they're buying flowers generally, so I'm enjoying it more than I expected to. Problem solving and adaptability. There is a never-ending list of things that are challenging when you're farming animals or flowers. And because you're farming seasonally, one season you'll be trying to work out solutions to deal with way too much water, and then the next season you'll be dealing with very, very dry weather, and the pests change and the weeds change. When you're first starting out, it can be incredibly challenging when you have to balance limited resources as you're getting started because of all the investment into the business. So definitely having a positive attitude and problem-solving skills, huge bonus. Biggest challenges I think facing young farmers is actually being able to access land and having the capital to invest into starting up a farm. We definitely have had to have off-farm jobs to support the beginning of this farm, and we've been very lucky that we were able to get onto some land 10, 12 years ago. So I think that is a huge challenge for young people because especially peri-urban is expensive. The land is really expensive per hectare. But the great thing about flower farming is you don't actually need to own the land. You can start your flower farm even in your backyard and develop your skills and build a customer base. You can bring flowers in from the wholesalers to support what you can't, like to fill the gaps of what you can't grow yet. And then I know a lot of people on rented land, and they just grow everything in pots. So if something happens with their rental agreement, they can literally pack up their flower farm and move. We're trying to be sustainable, so definitely boots